Hello everyone and welcome to the very first edition of Ask Morticia. Now this video was supposed to air a couple of days ago on the anniversary of this channel. Unfortunately though, things didn't quite go as planned and we unfortunately had to postpone, but it is here as promised, just not on the right day. I will say that I was a little underwhelmed by the amount of questions that I received for my first episode. I knew it wasn't going to be an abundance of questions on the very first episode, but I wasn't really prepared for the lack of questions I received. For those of you that have not seen the vlog post made by the creator of this channel, Courtney, which was uploaded about a week ago, it details the information that's needed to ask me a question here in this show. But in case you missed it, there are several different options you can choose from in which you may ask me a question. There is the option of going through the Ask Morticia Tumblr page, which a link to will be in the description box below. All you have to do is go to the link and click on the icon that says, "Click here to ask Morticia your question." It's just that simple. But if you do not enjoy using Tumblr, you can use Facebook in two different ways. You can click the second link in the description, which will take you to a Facebook group known as the Addams Family House, where you may not only join and meet other Addams fans, but also ask me your question. Just type in Ask Morticia and a colon, and then put in your question. That way I know the question is to me. And the third and final option is to click the third link in the description, which will take you to Courtney Wells' Facebook page, where you may message her your question if you would like to remain anonymous. But there are also anonymous options for the Tumblr page. So there are three very simple options to ask me your questions. And I received very, very little for the first episode, so please do send in your questions. I already love making this show, and I would like to continue, but to continue, I need questions to answer. So if you are a fan of the Addams Family, and even if you're not, and you would just like to send me a funny question, go ahead and send me one. I am open to anything. Within reason. But without further ado, let's get right down to the limited number of questions that I actually did receive. Shall we? Here's one from a fan named Trinity. Morticia, how do you walk in that dress? Very, very good question. The answer is quite simple.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Question number 2 is from another fan named Cheyenne. Morticia, how long does it take to do your makeup? Another fabulous question. I would say my makeup routine usually 15 minutes, because I do want to enjoy the other horrendous parts of the day. The last question I received this week. As I told you, very limited number of questions were asked this week, and we cannot do this again. Send me your questions. I beg of you. The last question is from an anonymous who asks, "Do you drop down for what? Isn't it obvious?"
Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
And so, unfortunately, those were all the questions that I had to answer this week. and which means the very first ever episode of Ask Morticia is over. A very short one, maybe even a little boring. Please forgive me for this. I was on a limited amount of material to work with. I hope you enjoyed it anyway, and please do send in your questions. I could really use the content. And I will see you next episode. When the next episode will be uploaded is undecided. It depends on how many questions I get within the next few days. I will see you guys then. Au revoir for now. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Gotta run.